Well, good morning, everybody. Let's try that one more time. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning. It is so good to see you guys this morning. Welcome back. This is our 5th annual Social Studies Extravaganza. We are so excited to have you here today. Just a reminder, we're going to kick off today right here at Region 17. Tomorrow is part 2 over at Coronado High School. We hope that all of you are coming back for part 2 as well. We are excited to have you here today, and you are in for a treat. If you know me, you know how much I love John Seidlitz and all of the work that goes into the Seidlitz group. So we are so excited to have Tina Beene here today, who works for the Seidlitz group. If you are in Lubbock ISD, you know that we have gone through at least 3 different book studies with the Seidlitz group. It is the perfect marriage of ELLs, social studies, content of any kind, and then of course your literacy skills. And so you are in for a treat. This is going to be a wonderful day for you. So if you will, please, let's give a warm welcome to Tina Beene.
Thank you. I'll take time to put this whole contraption on in a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and get you guys started with a little bit. Just a little bit of background about me. I live in the Dallas area. This is my first time in Lubbock ever, my whole life. I'm an Aggie. I'm sorry, I just felt like it would be wrong if we started off our relationship and I wasn't honest about that. It would be like I was deceiving you. Can you guys hear me? Okay, is it too loud, too quiet, just right? Try to keep my hair off the mic. All things that irritate me about somebody wearing a lapel mic, I'm trying to solve for you. If you could give me the honor of numbering off your tables 1 to how many people you have. If you start with 1 and you end with 1, in a little while you're going to need to get another table just for an activity, just for a little bit, all right? So if your table numbering all starts with 1 and ends with 1, you're going to need to make a friend for a little bit, but you can chill right now. All right, so make sure everybody has a number if you haven't done it already. Perfect. Because I realized as I was planning this keynote, I thought, what are all the things that I hate about a keynote? Let me try not to do those. And what I hate about a keynote is it's usually a lecture. And if you're from Lubbock ISD and you've done some stuff with Seidlitz before, you know we're all about language-rich, interactive classrooms. So it would be really silly for me to have a boring sit and get 45-minute session with you, right? So it's important that I set up some parameters like you have the numbers and your table numbers and all that so that we can have an interactive classroom in here so you can take this and apply it to your own role, whatever it is in your district. So for that purpose, I also need to know who you are so I can tailor my comments appropriately. So there's a pretty quick way we can figure out what your role is in your district. All right, so I'm going to have you guys stand up and sit down a couple of times. So like, you ready for that, right? So go ahead and let's all just stand up. I know it's bad etiquette to have you stand up right after you've sat down to start, but you seem like nice people, so you'll do it. I think you'll do it for me. You seem very friendly. All right, I just need to know right now, first I'm going to do kind of get an overview of your district, your different districts in this region, and then I'm going to get an idea of your content area. So if you work in a 1A or 2A school district, would you please sit down? All right, you don't have 3A districts. You work in a 3A district, would you know? All right, 4 and 5. Everybody else is lower. Y'all just, okay, awesome. All right, that's helpful. And then I also need to know what you teach so that I can tailor my comments appropriately. So this time I'm going to ask you to stand all back up. That didn't take very long, so you can do it. You're pros, excellent. If you teach pre-K, kinder, or first grade, would you have a seat? Pre-K, kinder, first. All right. 2nd grade, 3rd grade. 4th and 5th. Awesome. Okay, perfect. Instructional coaches, coordinators, anybody? Any administrators? Okay, we can speak really good. If you have an administrator who's hiding at your table, you need to come tell me in a little while because we need to know. I know they might not want to out themselves right now, but no, I just like to speak directly to teachers as a teacher, so with administrators I have to coach my language a little bit. And when they said they were going to film this today, I was like, well, that's dangerous. So anyway, thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate you taking time out of your summer that really hasn't even started yet to spend some time with me and geeking out about some social studies stuff and learning some other strategies today. Hopefully you're still kind of in your routine, so the alarm clock wasn't too annoying this morning. But if you notice from our cheesy required title, because all keynotes are supposed to have a chief title, to form a more perfect union of marriage, language, and content. I spent a lot of time when I accidentally became a teacher because I did not mean to be one. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out why I was so good at teaching language arts, relatively speaking, and so bad at teaching social studies when I had the equal passion for both. And it came down to really, I didn't have scaffolding in place to build language with my students, right? I wasn't building language, I was just trying to deliver content, just independent of language. And once I realized that the two go hand in hand, it really made a difference in my classroom, and I'm hoping I can share some of those strategies with you today in our time together. So, here's what I was thinking about. When we come to PD, or when we step foot in our classroom, and when you do this in August, right, with a brand new bunch of babies, and you just hope that this is the group that for once, everybody's going to come in on grade level, right? Right? This is the group. Tell yourself that now. It makes your July so much better. They're all going to come on grade level. They're all going to have home lives. They're not going to have any needs we need to fill except for content, right? And we hope that, right? But we know it's not true. But when we teach, regardless of your grade level, whether you're kinder or your fifth, or the high school teachers I have later, I feel like we all have the same goals. So what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to put up some things that I think we want our students to do in our classrooms, and for you to give me feedback to make this interactive, I'm just going to ask that you knock on your table if I say something that you agree with, okay? So what is it that we want our students to do, regardless of how old they are, whenever we're delivering our content? One thing we want them to do is apply prior knowledge to the current topic of learning. You agree with that, knock on your table, right? We dream that they will think, oh, we did that yesterday, that helps me today, right? That's what we're living for. Okay, we want them to work cooperatively and share respectfully, right? Okay, I thought so. We want them to develop critical thinking skills and intellectual stamina. Right, okay, excellent. And we want them to express their understanding in age-appropriate written form. Right, okay. Why aren't they doing that? Like, we're all pretty clear on our goals, and they told us if you set goals and you can measure them, and they're observable, then you will achieve them, right? Except we have some concerns and some issues that we have to deal with before we can get them to those goals that we have. One reason they're not doing it is a lack of background knowledge. And I'm speaking specifically to social studies at this point, a lack of background knowledge. I can't apply what I don't know to what I'm learning, right? So I may not have that background knowledge that we're assuming they have. An insufficient development of routines and expectations. Right? If I don't have routines and expectations for structured conversations and structured writing activities and structured reading activities, a lot of my students don't naturally gravitate toward excellence in those areas. We also, as an organization, have an overemphasis on low cognition forms of assessment, right? Which is a nice way of saying too many multiple choice tests. Our students don't develop the ability to express their thoughts in written form because most of the time the only written form we have them doing is scantrons or short answer questions. And then finally, the biggest one, and one we're going to talk about today, is the failure to develop language alongside content. I'm trying to teach my content in isolation. I think if I just deliver this material, that's my job, right? But really, I've got to develop language alongside it so that they can express those thoughts and they can develop that critical thinking and they can work cooperatively without trying to murder each other. All of these are my goals, right? To make them better human beings, regardless of their content that they're in going forward. I'm thinking also about them growing up to be productive members of society, right? And whatever business they're in, whatever role they have, they need to be able to do all of these things. But in order to develop those, I have to develop language, background knowledge, I have to have routines and expectations, and I have to have forms of assessment that allow them to really express what they know. So, that's what we're going to do today. And the reason we're going to do that is this, because it's a keynote. I've got to bring some researcher who's older and smarter than me, right, to give it validation. So, this is how language works. Humans acquire language in only one way. There's just one way it happens. Everybody who has learned a second language has gone through this process. Learners must have exposure to communicative input. They have to understand the words that are coming out of your mouth, right? And they must process what you're saying. Then they have to organize that data and store it. They have to acquire output procedures so they can tell you what it is you told them, right? And they can express it in their own way. So they can't just receive the language, they have to give the language back. And then they have to interact with other speakers. That's it. No way around it, but that's how you acquire language. I was living this without realizing it. Because when I was a student, now I told you guys I live in the Dallas area, but I grew up in a 2A, sometimes 3A school. I grew up in Central Texas. I grew up in early Texas, population 2,000 people, right? Six-man football is mostly what's done around in the area. So the fact that I live in Dallas now and tell my friends that I used to participate in rodeos just like blows their mind. One of these days, I'm going to show up with my belt buckle like just to prove it, but they don't believe me. So I had that world experience, and I learned my Spanish in a class where everybody sounded like, hola, como estas, right? And we would practice that, and that's all we could say, estoy bien. It was really bad, y'all. And then I went off to school, and I studied at A&M, and I also studied Spanish. And I thought, when I went to study abroad, I got this, right? I got like 5 years of this language. I'm going to own this place. I show up in Costa Rica, I can't get on the bus, I can't buy groceries without embarrassing myself. Like, I'm a hot mess the whole time I'm there. Because I thought that I had learned the language, but I hadn't interacted with other speakers, right? I hadn't had real conversations. I'd had just occasional exchanges in my classroom with other equally non-fluent people. You have to go through this process to learn another language. Our students, all of our students, ELL or not, are learning the language of social studies, right? Our content has all kinds of language with so much passive voice and so much else embedded in it that's difficult for our students to understand because we don't speak the language of social studies in our daily lives, right? That passive voice isn't present when we're talking to each other. We don't use a lot of culturally specific words or culturally biased words. So our students are all learning the language of social studies. This is how they do it. They've got to understand the information we're giving them. They've got to be able to give it back, and they have to interact with each other. So that's what we're going to do today. The first strategy I want to show you is called QSSA, and if you've done a book study of ours, you've probably come across this before. We're going to practice it. The first thing I want you to do is look at this question. What is one challenge students might face in the social studies classroom? And I want you to think, if I just asked your table to have a discussion about this, okay, if I just said, hey y'all, why don't I talk about this question? Here's what would happen. One person would start talking. If you're lucky, that person would stop talking at some point. But if they're like me, they're going to talk the whole time, right? So I went to school, like I said, in a small town. I graduated with 8 kids. 67 of us started kindergarten together, right? So by second grade, they knew, my classmates knew, I wanted to answer the question. I generally knew the answer to the question, and I was happy to talk about my answer for the entire time. So when it was time to get groups or partners, do you know who went for my partner? The kid who didn't want to do anything. It was like, I will just hop on that and just, yes, I'll take it. You said it, good. Tina's got the answer, we're good, right? Worked out great for me. I answered every question, all K-12. I was prepared for college. Didn't work out so well for my classmates. So we're going to do this a little differently. Instead of just saying, hey, y'all, talk about this, we're going to structure this conversation. So first, I'm going to ask you to stand up when you can finish the stem. So when you can change that sentence into this stem and your response, I'm going to ask you to stand up there too. Everybody has to have their own answer first, right? We're not getting it from our neighbor. Everybody's bringing something to this picnic. We all know how we feel about the lady who shows up with nothing at the potluck, you know? Like, you gotta bring your own. You gotta bring something. Bring your answer. You know who she is. We all know. All right. So one challenge ELLs might face and our students might face in a social studies classroom is we're going to do a strategy called table roundabout. So here's how this is going to work. Once everybody at your table has their answer and is standing, you're going to start with person number one. Person number one is simply going to say their sentence. One challenge students might face in the social studies classroom is. Next, and when you say your sentence, you're going to sit down. Then the next person, person number two, say your sentence and then sit down. Does that make sense? Any questions about that? All right. Go ahead and get started with person number one. because I want to be respectful of the conversations you're having at your tables. You're having a good discussion. Just because I've arbitrarily decided this is the moment we should come back together, doesn't mean that what you're saying has any less value. So I will always say, let's come back together after 3, 2, 1, and just finish, keep talking, it's like it's 1. And you keep talking after that, it's a little weird, so you can try to wrap it up, and then that's plenty of time for that person to finish their thought, and nobody else jumps in, right? Here's what I need you to do. I need you to take 1 minute to decide as a table what your answer will be, because someone from a couple of different tables is going to be chosen to report out to the whole group. Okay, so take about a minute to come up with your family feud final answer. Okay, and just in case the that has to share it, make sure you're ready. Just take about a minute and come up with a group answer. All right, so do you hear how the volume kind of dipped down just now? Did you hear that? Like the room kind of got a little quieter? That naturally happens anytime your students are working together. There's going to be volume about here, right? Because okay, she said talk about this, we're talking about it. And then it kind of is like, oh yeah, and the volume is immediately going to go back up. When it goes back up, it is not at all going to be academic friends. No, when it goes back up, it's like, so how much work are you trying to do with this keynote? It's like, I'm not even ready for that. Like, I thought we were just going to listen to this lady, right? So you're going to talk about other stuff. You're going to come back up with, are we eating lunch here? Where can we go? We're going to move for. I had Chinese last night, but I didn't really want it. So we go back up. That's not academic. So I usually try to jump in right as it trails off. But sometimes you're going to have kids, maybe they're having a really great discussion. You want to let the other people kind of wander off the way you're but that's fine. But just know there will be that dip that naturally occurs, and that means you've allowed enough time for this, for a reasonable group to finish. So that's where we're at right now. So now we need to find out who's about to be voluntold, right? So if you have a person number 4 and you have an even number table, would that person stand up? If you have a person number 4 and an even number table. Yeah, you're off, so that's your off. What's that? Would you mind sharing, just so I can help people? Okay, I just really want to pull volunteers to share out. So I'm going to ask you to say your whole sentence. One challenge students might face in a classroom is what?
The one challenge students might face in a social studies classroom is the background, their life experiences, to understand vocabulary even though you're telling them. And they're like, they can write it and copy it, but they don't know where to put it in their train of thought.
I love that. Thank you very much for sharing. Yes, sir.
One challenge students might face in social studies classroom is the lack of social studies being taught prior to lower grade.
Exactly. Like, no offense to my K2 friends, but my son's second grade teacher taught social studies this year, on Tuesdays, when she had nothing else to do, right? It was definitely not a legitimate part of her lesson plan, or something that was important to her. And it seemed like every time they did social studies, it was just community helpers again for 2 years. I mean, I know they're important, but surely there's something else you could cover. So yes, absolutely, that lack of focus sometimes in previous grade levels. But when I get secondary in here, they're going to lump all you guys together and say elementary doesn't do social studies, which we all know is not necessarily true, right? Except for my son's teacher. That's legit, because I checked on that. That's okay. That's not what we're doing. We are doing social studies, but we're not doing it in a way that kids retain the information. We're doing it, but it's not sticking, right? Why is it not sticking? Because we're doing it in isolation. It's not tied to the content, other contents, and it's not tied to language development. So teaching it in isolation means your students absolutely remember doing it that day. But the next day, their brain has decided it wasn't worth storing because they didn't talk about it and they didn't make meaning. If we don't verbalize, we don't internalize. You've got to talk about it. Let's think about this strategy that we just did. So when you do this strategy, you had to come up with your own answer, right? You had to give a signal that said you were ready to share. You had to answer the question. Everybody had to say their answer to at least one other person. And then we had someone share out for the whole group. I want you to think about how much more seriously you might have taken this exercise when I said, hey, y'all, everybody needs a group answer. You might have to share with the whole group. Think about how that, you may have even set up differently, like, oh, this is for real now. Like, okay, I get it. I'm going to do it now, right? And you all verbalize that answer. When you verbalize that answer, that's all it took. It doesn't matter if only 2 people share it out right now. It doesn't matter because everybody had the experience in answering that question, so everybody is capable of retaining that information. That's the difference in a language-rich classroom. That's what we're going for. And see how structured it was? Right? It wasn't chaos. Every step is structured to encourage all students to share, not just the one like me who would come in and take over the whole discussion. Right. Excellent job. Okay, so in this strategy, a lot of teachers, what they like to do with this is make a piece of chart paper and laminate it, and just write the blue words, question, signal, stem, share, and assess, and then change it once you laminate it. You can go over a dry erase marker or whatever and redo it. For, it could be up for the whole week. You just change the question, the share, and the assess, and if you're STEM, you're teaching that signal, so you're going to do it a few times, whatever. However works for you. I love this strategy because this is a testament to what you're doing in your classroom to build language and content simultaneously. In that STEM, I'm sure you're going to have some academic vocabulary. The way the kids are sharing is different. We can assess with all different kinds of apps and tools out there. So you're showing how you're randomizing your kids and getting everyone to participate. The thing is, your administrator is absolutely, positively, 100% of the time, never going to catch you doing this. Not once. They're always going to come in right after your big freedom writers moment, right? Right after you got all the kids to have that epiphany. It's like, oh, we totally get it. And then they're going to come in and watch you. You're going to be like, great, you guys just missed it. It was amazing, right? When this is up for you, it shows what you've done with your kids. It's a testament to what has just happened in your room. And then when they go talk to one of your students, generally the one student you don't want to talk to, when they go talk to that student, they can say, oh, well, we're just discussing Sam Houston's position on secession. I'm so glad you can make it. Thanks for joining us, right? That's what that kid's going to say. Because this is next year, we're all in grade level now, answer the questions correctly. So it's exactly what they're going to say. And all of your students have shared it, all of this have been assessed. Everybody had that accountability piece. Either we randomly chose some, or we had all students write for an exit ticket. So this just showcases what you're doing in your classroom, and so it's a testament to you and what your students are doing together. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
You have a background down.
That is a great question. That is a perfectly legit question. If you're from Lubbock ISD, this strategy is in every single book that you own from Silence Education. So you don't need to write that down. If not, I would recommend taking pictures of the slides or jotting down some notes. But yeah, it's in every book that you guys have done. And then it's also available with, you can paparazzi it anywhere in this room. That's a great question. Okay, so we do want our students to have structured discussions. So we're going to have some group talk now, because really the best people you can learn from in here is not the lady in the blazer, but from each other. You're the experts, you're the practitioners, not me. So what I'm going to do is show you how to structure a conversation for a group discussion. This is like a death spot right here. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get away from that. Like the hot lava equivalent of the microphone. Okay. So when you guys are going to talk at your tables right now, person number 2 is going to be the person with power. All right, person number 2, feel the power. Like, see, it's immediate. It's really deserving, but immediately, like, that's right. I do deserve the power. All right, so person number 2, here's what you're going to do. I'm going to put up 3 questions. You're going to pick one, whichever one sounds good to you. And at your table, you're going to have about 4 minutes to talk. I mean, seriously. You're going to have about 4 minutes to talk at your table. And as you talk at your tables, I'm going to ask you to keep track of everybody and make sure that everybody speaks once. And if somebody is talking for a little too long, I need you to politely redirect them and say, okay, what if we hear from so-and-so? Or not politely, that's kind of friendship you have, whatever works for you. That's fine at your table, that's fine. The person number 2 is going to pick a question. They're also going to ensure that everybody at their table speaks at least once. All right? Does that make sense? Okay. Person number 2, please look at this list of questions and choose the one that you would most like to discuss. Then pose it to your table as if you have thought of it yourself and conjured it out of thin air on your own. And go ahead and get started. Okay. So I would normally let you guys chat longer, but we only have about 45 minutes together, and I want to get the most out of it. I do want to point out that by offering just a little bit of choice, we increase engagement. I would have been happy for you guys to talk about anything that was up there. All three of those questions were great. It's the same thing for, is anybody currently raising a toddler? Anybody have a toddler at home? Bless you. Because here's a tip for you, those who have or might recently in the future have toddlers. What I did with my son, as soon as he was old enough to walk and demonstrate basic like eye-hand coordination, I took him to Target, and every season we would get, there are 2 seasons in Texas, so short sleeve and long sleeve. So short sleeve season and long sleeve season, we would go to the store. And I would get 5 shirts and 5 pair of pants that somewhat kind of matched. Like every combination was kind of, street appropriate, but some of them were closer than others. And I just told him, every day come out of your room dressed, right? Put a shirt on the top and shorts on the bottom, let's go on, right? He would strut into daycare, like as much as like an 18-month-old can strut. He would strut into daycare, like, that's right, I dress myself. Right? But I had made up all the choices already. I'd already prevented him from doing anything that would embarrass either of us in the future, right? But he had choice. Same thing when you let your kids just, at least let them pick what they're going to talk about for a couple times. Let some kid have that power. Makes a huge difference in the engagement in your room. Because they spend all day, every day being told where to go, what to do, how to sit, how to respond. That little bit of choice makes a little bit of difference. That little bit of difference is all it takes to get the brain engaged. All I'm trying to get you to do is get every brain engaged, right? Not the 80% that we get naturally just by being the awesome teachers you are, but that extra 20% too. The kids who are opting out, who are sitting back, who are passive, we're making them be active. Because for them to acquire the content, they have to be using language and it has to be an active process. Okay. We're going to do a couple of strategies, but I want you to know that I'm legit, so I've got some text for us. I'm using the 11th grade text so you know where your kids are going long term. In the future, your students will be responsible for knowing about the decades that preceded them. Did anyone notice our music this morning? And they liked it? Usually there's somebody who's like, that was my jam this morning. That's all right, you can own that, that's fine. All right, it was 80s this morning, 80s jam. So we are going back to the 80s for our strategies today. Okay, and this does have some basis in your text, I promise. So, students are eventually expected to describe significant societal outcomes and identify the impact of American pop culture and the global diffusion of American culture through various media. So all that's up there just so you know we have some legitimacy this morning, so you can feel like you have your social studies vegetables along with the content we're going to do. So, our activity today is we're going to build some background. Because that's something you mentioned this morning is what we needed to do. It always comes up, right? Our students don't come to us with all the same background knowledge about social studies or about current events or about past events, right? So we want to build background for several reasons. One, we're showing respect for what students bring themselves. It's not just about what I have to teach you. It's, hey, what do you have? What do you already know? Let's honor that. Let's celebrate that. It encourages students to see each other as resources for knowledge. The pressure is not just on you. And they love to learn from each other. Haven't you noticed with your kids that you'll say something and there's like kind of lights around at everybody's home and then the kid next to him says the same thing, like literally the same words, and he's like, oh yeah, I get it. It's like, dude, just said that. Like you just finished saying that right now, but it's coming from a peer. They hear it on a different level. When you're listening to an authority, a person of authority, like your teacher, you listen differently when you're listening to a classmate. And your brain processes the information differently. So sometimes it does get through with them when it wouldn't get through with you. So let's do one building background strategy that you can take with you back to your classroom regardless of what grade level you teach. Building background, let's do the label. Here's what we're going to do. First, number 2, you have the power, now you have to do the work. That's how it goes. Nothing for free here. First, number 2, we'll take a stack of Post-it notes, please, from the middle of your table. Your group is about to make a list of as many different terms as they can around a certain topic. Person number 2, your job is to write on the Post-it notes. Each one gets its own term. Every time they say a term, it goes on a Post-it note. All right, as a table, you're going to work together to generate as many items pertaining to the 1980s as you can. Trends, media, fashion, everything counts. Current events, all that. Everything goes on its own Post-it note. Ready? Go. write a label for that category, and then please underline it. So label and underline your category. All right, I'll give you just a couple minutes to do that. Everything needs at least one partner. Nothing stands alone here. Go ahead. A lecture doesn't have to be a sit and get. You guys did more talking almost than I did in our time together. But I hope you're walking away with a couple strategies you can use. If you want more information, you can follow us on the Twitter. I'm learning how to use it. I'm not very good at it yet. It intimidates me, honestly. I'm afraid I'm going to be like my grandma who like says like, "Happy birthday, Cindy," on her Facebook status. I'm like, you didn't tag Cindy, you didn't be, you just said happy birthday. You know, I'm mad on Twitter, so I'm terrified of it. But if you want to follow us, Silence has we have our own feed, and then there's one for me. And I would book both teaching social studies PLLs is full of these strategies, and they're already differentiated by language level. So when you find building background, it already says like here's what a beginner, intermediate, advanced high can do. So that's something you guys would be interested in. Maybe pass it along to your social studies person, ask them to buy it for you. That's what I do. Go buy it yourself. It's on Amazon, but really, ask someone to buy it for you. I don't want to take teachers dollars. That goes wrong. I want to take people. Okay, so follow us on Facebook. We're a great resource to meet other like-minded teachers. There's always a ton of chats going on, specifically around this resource, where teachers are implementing right away using it in their classrooms, and you can get some great ideas from them. All right. Awesome. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'm going to go back up on that slide in case anyone wants to take pictures. And I appreciate your time today. You're done. All right.